This is the B1 shaft produced by B-Up owner brand, manufactured by GiantJike. Just the packaging alone gives off a sophisticated, reserved vibe. The switch is called the B1 switch, also derived from the initials of brand, and its first shaft. In other words, there will be more new products to be released later. On the outside, there's a black headless top cover, and you can also see the hardware stored inside. The black solid color back box. This navy blue axis should be a bit shallow. At first glance, this exterior looks very similar to the VTX V-Type. In fact, the top cover material and the color of the shaft are still a bit different. Currently, there is only one trigger force, about 53 springs at the bottom, forming around 37 millimeters. However, because the switch feels quite loose in the hand, in practice, it feels similar to the Guemu core shaft at around 48 centimeters. The stress perception is quite similar. This B-axis switch is quite different from GiantJike's recent switches. The mold on the top lid hides cheap Jike. The one with the largest mineral yield is the ash shaft, 22 copper tube lid. Even recently, GiantJike has been relaxing the amount of or on the lid. But by comparison, the B-axis has excellent stability with noticeable looseness. And the bottom shell is the latest new mold. The overall feel of this bottom shell made of super material is similar to the current feel. The axle ratio of the Shenchi family is quite unconventional. The feel of the joystick is somewhat similar to Jingweik's. The advantages are definitely the overall smooth grip and excellent starting feel. The crisp sound from the hard bottom body, the clear sound, and the feedback from the processing are refreshing. The downside is that at the extreme angle of pressing the corner, there may be some spatial layer resistance sensing and friction sensations. When continuous fast speeds are at maximum, the sense of flatness becomes obvious. But if you use it from a normal angle, it won't happen at all, so there's no need to worry. The sound is quite exquisitely crisp, but the crispness at the bottom isn't just a coma, that feeling leaning toward dryness, sharpness, and concentration. Instead, it is relatively heavier. This solid sound feel. Let's compare the sound of the TCR and B1 shafts. So the more extreme sound is on the cotton-free kit's shoe positioning plate. It even feels like a head-on sensation. The lint-free performance of PC positioning boards is even more interesting. As for the pure cotton kit, with the buffering effect of the axial pressure chain, it feels more like a blowing switch with distinct tactile characteristics. Overall, a hand-painted piece priced at 1.65 yuan per piece. If you prefer switches with a relatively loose feel when pressed, and if you're interested in the most crisp sound currently in the sword technique department, then this B1 row wool is worth trying. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next video.